What is good, everybody? It's Benny. It's the Spinner Podcast. This is going to be episode number 12 or 13. I'm not sure quite yet. I'm having some technical difficulties with a interview that I did last night off of Discord with a very special guest. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm not sure what this one's going to be. First of all, fuck American Airlines, as we all know. Pieces of shit. I'll talk about it one other time. Check out the Spinner Podcast on all the platforms. We got Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Breaker. And check out the YouTube, Spinner Media, all caps. Make sure you guys watch the playlist videos that I'm making. I'm putting one out in a few days. There should be one out by the time that I drop this. So be on the lookout for that. 25 underground songs for you guys to enjoy every week. Like, share, hit me up if you guys want to do a podcast. My Instagram's SKBENITG. Just shoot me a DM. And now, without further ado, I got a really unique guest this time. I've got Sucio. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact.
And he runs 3 Instagram pages. One is a videography page, shot by _El Sucio. Okay, I'll put everything down below. And then he has a meme page, El Sucio's Memes, which I'm a big fan of. And then he also has a clothing brand, Humble New York, or Humble NY _. So he's a very multi-talented man. He's come on here and he's blessed this podcast with his presence. Go ahead and say your mind, man.
I mean, I just want to say thank you for having me, bro. It means a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Of course. So what were you like growing up? Where did you come from? How was your background? All types of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in El Salvador. You know, I was raised there up until the age of 2. You know, and then during that time, it was like before 9/11 happened. So it was easy to get on a flight and then just come into the U.S., you know. So after I was 2 years old, you know, I just came here to New York, and then I've made my life for the rest up until now.
Okay, That's cool. That's dope. So really, the 9/11 attack not only prevented people that are, I guess, Muslim, Middle Eastern descent, but it was like all around type of thing. It was a little bit harder post 9/11 to get in.
Yeah, so before, you know, they didn't really do any security checks, nothing crazy like that. You know, I passed off as someone's son, you know. And
okay.
I guess, like, you know, I don't know how it went about the whole situation, but I just know that I was on a flight, and then by the next day I was already here, so it's like, you know.
Do you have any memories of that, or you just
I
those
do.
memories are from here?
I do. All I really remember is just the clothing I was wearing, but that's basically it.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. And where did you move into here? Like, what town were you in?
It was Freeport.
You were in Freeport? Okay.
Yeah.
You still out of Freeport, or are you...
Still in Freeport.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's a lot of... Is there something that draws a lot of Salvadorians to Long Island? Because it's probably the number one country, like nationality, for a lot of the Spanish people that are here. And I don't know if there's like a common theme about it, or...
Yeah, I mean... it usually revolves around like family members. Like, you know, usually they go where someone feels more comfortable. So we came to Freeport just because our family was already in Freeport. That's the main reason why we even got here. You know, and during that time I had so many family members that it was okay. Like we felt at home, you know. But that was basically the main reason as to why we chose Freeport out of, you know, Westbury, Brentwood, and all those spots.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like being in Freeport, honestly. It's pretty nice, the fact that it's near the water and everything. It's one of the better towns. I would definitely trade Uniondale for Freeport.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed a lot throughout the years. Like, when I was growing up on it, we couldn't be out past 8 because there was a lot of shootouts on my block.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up on Broadway, and I still live on Broadway, but during those times, it was very crazy. My neighbor got shot someday, and then after that, it was like, yeah, we're not fucking with anyone from the block. Like, from a young age, I would peep things like, yo, my neighbor got shot. This is how they're moving. Like, it was a lot of people during that time, and a lot of drugs were sold on the block, and it was crazy growing up on it.
So what was the change? What made the change happen where it became less of a crime area?
Honestly, I don't even know. I feel like throughout the years, I don't know what changed, but I feel like it just became less, you know. It was less violence, less shootouts. There's still drugs being sold on the block. That's normal, but the shootouts, the stabbings, those were really high back then.
Well, that's great, though, that it went down and everything.
Yeah.
Because you got young kids, and that could really influence them if they're seeing all this violence. But how were you able to get past that mentally? Like, when you would see or hear about something like that, how would you go past that?
Honestly, it didn't really feel different from El Salvador.
Okay.
Because in El Salvador, it's basically the same thing. And I'm kind of glad it's not anymore, because I feel like both Freeport and El Salvador now are really starting to change from what it used to be. Like, we got a new president in office in El Salvador. And just yesterday or 2 days ago, he was talking about how he's bringing up the military, adding more soldiers. And I feel like it's a new president that actually has his 10 toes down on the policies and everything. Like, I feel like he's not gonna change the whole country, but I feel like he's the start. Like, he's really gonna get there.
It's not gonna be an overnight thing.
Yeah,
though,
definitely.
Yeah. So how was school then?
School for me, luckily, since I said, you know, I was here by the age of 2 or 3, you know, once I started pre-K, I started getting into English, and, you know, I didn't really have an accent because during that time I was still developing. So I grasped onto it so quick. And then growing up throughout my, like, elementary years and middle school years and, you know, Atkinson too, it was just every single year I met new people. And then I guess I just got by because I was that kid that was just funny. Like, I was fat, but I was funny.
Okay, so you were the funny fat kid.
I was the funny fat kid. Like, I didn't get beat up because I was funny.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. What year were you born to?
98.
You were 98? Okay,
yeah.
so you're the same year as me.
Yeah.
All right, finally we have a 98er here on the podcast. Oh, Chow is 98, I think. And I think Lonnie is too. Oh, and Nusachi. Never mind.
I think Lonnie's the same age as me, but
yeah.
I think Chow is younger than us. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't he graduate with Sush? Sushi's our age.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know Eddy's older.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was all good. So you were able to stay out of trouble and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really the troublemaker, and if I was, you know, it was nothing crazy. It was really just like the only times I did do trouble was like when I was with my cousins, and we just do dumb shit like break windows.
Okay.
You know, ding dong ditch at the time because that's what we grew up on, or we would just play Nintendo 64 because that was really our childhood. You know, back then we didn't really have DM or iMessage, so it was a matter of just going to knock that door and then is so and so here, can you come out and play?
Yeah,
like, that was the type of shit that I grew up on.
Right.
Yeah,
I see my brother, he plays Fortnite
all
the time, and he goes out with his friends way less than I did. I realize that, or like they just don't go to each other's houses that much because they're like they can just get on Xbox and they can just talk to each other that way. It's insane. No,
it's crazy, bro, because even a few days ago, I saw that some kid won $3 million off of a Fortnite World Cup.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
No, I saw Nav won $85K in like a celebrity.
Yeah, so they had a World Cup for Fortnite, and some kid just won $3 million. I don't know how much he gets out of that, but
yeah, tax will probably take almost half of that,
but that's still crazy.
That's millions. I mean that's well over. Probably it's like 1.5 million right there. You're pocketing for a kid.
And it's crazy how time just goes, bro. Because it's like a few years ago, you never would have heard that type of thing, like giving out.
Yeah, no. The rise of esports has been fucking insane for sure. So then, high school was cool for you too and everything?
Yeah, high school was definitely cool. Again, just me staying to myself, you know. Again, I sometimes crack jokes because it's like, you know, I was just that kid. Like, people knew me as that kid that had the jokes. So, and even when, like, someone joked out, like, someone was just laughing at me for not even joking around, because I did get bullied at times, bro. There was times where I didn't realize it at the moment, but when I look back, it's like, yeah, niggas was bullying me, but it's like I never took it to the heart, because I was never that type of person. Like I just let it slide, because it's like life goes on, bro. You know?
Is that a better way to take bullying, where you just let it go and don't let it affect you, or is it were you at a point where you don't think you got bullied enough, like often enough, or?
Honestly, I don't really know how to tackle bullying, because it's like I feel like everyone is different. There's some people that really just can't let that go. I feel like for me it was easier just because I didn't care. You know, I just didn't care enough to take the time out of my day to be like, damn, this is what he said. But I don't know. I feel like bullying is really a difficult topic, because it's like, how do you tackle it? You know?
Yeah, it's such like a case by case thing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I feel. Because it's like, I could tell you, yo, just forget about it, but then that's not me considering someone's feelings,
right?
Or what they have gone through. You know, there's different stages of bullying too. So you know.
So okay, so I ask you here, how was growing up in a New York Spanish household, the El Salvadorian household? I've heard some rumors, because since I've come up here, I've got a lot of Salvadorian friends through all different friend groups, and I've heard, I wouldn't even say a mixed bag, I would say like there's like a set. So what is your?
I mean, with my family it was different. Like they were just strict. I couldn't go out sometimes, because it's like I was growing up, and you know, it was actually my own family that thought I would end up being a gang member. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Wow. My family was OD, because they never really saw me as that kid that can really make something out of my life. They thought I would be an example to the family, like, yo, this nigga's not doing shit. Like, this nigga's gonna be a gang member, and that's it. And growing up around that, bro, it's like, damn, like my uncles, my aunts, everyone in the family, it was like, that's when I started realizing, like, yo, I need to step away from this, because it's like, it's toxic, bro. Like hearing that you're not gonna make it in life from your own family members. Like I get it if it was from my friends, but even my friends supported me more than my own family members. And it wasn't all of them, it was just most of them. Like the ones that I really cared about, it's like they never really wanted to see me like make something out of my life. So it was like, up to that point, it was like, yeah, I need to.
Why did they get that perception?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess it's just, I had so many cousins before me that have been in jail, been gang members, because it's like we're all Salvadorian, so it's like for them it was either you end up in the hospital, you end up in prison, or you end up dead.
If you're in a gang, or is this in general?
In general for us.
Really?
Yeah.
In El Salvador you're talking about?
In El Salvador and also here.
Okay.
So they basically brought that mentality from El Salvador out here to New York. That's why, like, growing up with my family members, it was always the same talk. Like, yo, this is where you're going to end up.
Right.
Because they were never able to let go of what was going on in El Salvador. So it's like, they always, like, you know, it was a constant reminder of, yo, this is how you're going to end up. And like I said, I had a lot of cousins that were in prison that ended up dead because of the shit that they were doing. So they just felt like, yo, this man is about to be the same one as the last one. So it's like,
God damn.
Yeah.
How did that affect you then, like mentally?
Nah, that shit bugged me for like years, because it was like, alright, so if they don't believe in me, then I don't know how to go upon it.
Yeah.
But then it came to a point where it's like, I had my friends, and you know, luckily I had friends at the time that were very supportive of what I was doing, and usually they, you know, we kicked it off with soccer, we kicked it off with chilling, like we would just hang out. So it was always like a way for me to get my mind off of things, because I hated being home. I loved going out, playing soccer, watching movies. That's what I grew up on, like just doing a lot of things that I could, just to not be around just that, you know.
So what soccer teams? Who's your team?
I mean, honestly, bro, I don't even watch soccer. I play soccer. I used to play soccer. I stopped playing because, you know, it's
hard once you get over 18, I think.
Yeah, I feel like once you got responsibilities, once you got to pay things off, it's a little hard to make time for the things you enjoy. But I don't really watch soccer. I watch baseball sometimes, but that's my pops. Yeah, he loves the Yankees. But other than that,
Yeah. Okay, so your passion for videography, was that kind of a way out of? Is that a way that you were able to find a passion?
Videography actually happened by accident.
Okay.
So I was going to college after 2016 that I graduated.
Where were you at?
NCC.
Okay.
Nassau Community College.
Yeah.
So with my parents, they really just pushed college on me. They're like, if you're not gonna go to college, get the fuck out, because we're not gonna hold you here or pay rent. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck it, let me just do college, even though I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that's something that I stressed all throughout high school. It was a constant question that I had in my mind. It was, what am I going to be? What am I going to do once I get out of here? And once I got to NCC, it was the same thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I tried business.
Okay.
And then from business, I tried law. And I honestly did good on both ends, but I hated it. Like, I feel like I'm that guy that even in high school and in college, like I was smart, but the effort just wasn't there. So with that, it was more of like, damn, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And then I had to break it down to my parents, like, yo, I know you guys are going to get tight, but this is not what I want to do. And they're like, so what the fuck are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know yet, but I could pay your rent and I'll see from there. And then like a few weeks after, I just bought a VHS camera and I was like, fuck it, let me just start recording, and I bought a few cameras, and then from there it accidentally became a thing. It was like, yo, I fuck with the editing, I fuck with converting, VHS to digital. I really liked being behind the camera, because before that I was doing this clothing brand, Humble.
Yep, and I'll have that link down below as well.
Yeah, so even before Humble, it was like during that period in college, it was a period of just, my mind was all over the place. I just wanted a straight path, but I realized like life isn't like that. Like you get no straight paths at all. So I was like, fuck it, whatever comes my way comes my way. So then once I started seeing like the videography was going somewhere, it's like I fucked with it, and I loved being behind the camera. That's what I liked the most. And then the editing part, and then everything that came with it, I enjoyed it.
You like reliving those experiences that you taped? Is that a big thing for you?
Not really. No, I actually don't look back at the videos that I've done. I just I post them and then I'll leave them for the world to see, and that's it. I'm not really a guy that's stuck on, whatever I worked on. I just look forward to whatever's next,
So what do you most enjoy to take videos of?
Honestly, nature.
Nature?
Yeah,
okay.
like
where do the spots you go out here? It's pretty.
I go more out east. I don't really take pictures or record it to post. I just keep them like for myself. Okay. And then I edit them and then I keep them in some folders, because it's like I really fuck with like the nature aspect of everything. Like I don't know, people really think I like doing recording parties, recording shows. Nah, it's not that. It's just the most simplistic things I actually enjoy.
So what are some spots that you fuck with out east?
I'd definitely say Kings Park is okay. Bayshore and Montauk.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty far out east.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour drive, but it's worth it, Because sometimes it's like you get away from whatever you got going on here.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoy going to the city too, Brooklyn and Queens, it's, it's nice to get away sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So then you said that our friend, but a friend of yours for some time, Eddy P, who I've had on here. Check out his podcast if you haven't. That thing's actually almost at 300 views. I've never done 300 views on a podcast.
Nah, congrats, bro.
So that's something. That's something there. So shout out to Eddy for being
out
a
Eddy.
great guest. And he was also on Sucio's podcast that he started up. So check that out. I'll have that down below. So what did he say is like, don't quit videography, keep with it?
Yeah, so there was this...
What was going through your head, like saying, maybe this isn't for me?
Yeah, so basically I went to a Playboy Cardi show in the Paramount out in Huntington.
Yo, is that in December?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to that fucking show. You could have known to be like 6 fucking months earlier.
Bro, I pulled up with some of my homies and, you know... I guess I just went in there with high expectations when I shouldn't have. And I've learned out throughout, you know, this whole journey that to never have high expectations. So I went in there and I thought I was going to get, you know, some decent film. And then it just didn't go that way. You know, security kicked me out. They took my tape. And since it was VHS, you know, it's like you have the whole cassette, it's done. Yeah. I tried to get that back, but it didn't go that way. And after that night, it was just, I felt like, damn, like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just some Salvadorian trying to record something. Like, I felt like giving up. And then Eddy actually, I don't know how the conversation started, but Eddy was like, bro, don't give up. Like, you know, you just tripped on something, but just, you got to stand up. You got to keep doing this. Because it's like not many people are doing it out here.
No, not at all. Especially videography.
Yeah, and... You know, after that, like a week later, I got invited to some party in Uniondale, and then I started recording, and it was genuine. Like, I didn't talk to anyone there. I just started filming, and then now it's up to 1K on views.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That one party there?
That one party.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just goes to show, like, bro, if I would have gave up, that wouldn't have happened. And I always keep that in mind. That's why I always thank Eddy for being a good friend. Cause like I tell him, you know, and I tell everyone else, he always sees the good in you.
Yeah.
And when you talk to this man, you become so motivated. You see things differently, and that's a good friend to have around you. You know?
It's gonna suck that he's gonna be gone, but you know, he's doing things on a bigger stage.
Yeah, nah, this man has so much potential, man. And
it's so weird because you can't really pinpoint what he does.
Yeah, nah, you can't. Like, you can't.
He's just Eddy.
This man's rebellious.
Yeah, he's gonna be a great fit in LA. Like I say, best of luck to him out there. I'm excited to see him tonight. I'm excited to see him on the 6th, so it's Tuesday. Excited to see him for sure, and definitely someone who I really is on the top of my list for part 2s.
Yeah, people think that he's white. He's actually Salvadorian.
Yeah, no, that man's Spanish.
We have a paisa. We have a primo in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are your inspirations? What inspires you through, I guess, your work? Is it music, or is it a certain other film person, or is it movies, like certain movies that you like? Not really, no.
The only thing that has inspired me is I'd say there was this it's my high school teacher. She really was an inspiration to me. She almost lost her baby to a heart problem that he was having. And, you know, I was going through, I guess, in a sense, I don't want to call it depression because I'm not even sure if that was. You know, I don't like self-diagnosing myself. But I was going through a stage in my life where I was just really down. And she peeped how I was going upon things. And then she stepped to the side one day. And she caught me by surprise. And she's like, I know something's wrong with you. This, that, and the third. But she's like, you got so much potential to do something in life. And she's like, look, this is what I went through with my son. And, you know, if I didn't give up, you can't give up because you got so much to live for. And she's been an inspiration to my life for the longest. I mean, yeah, that's above else. I think a constant thought in my head is just, I don't want to be the same person I was yesterday. You know, I always want to better myself. I guess in a sense, you know, trying to live to become the best of you is really my inspiration, if you could even call it that.
Yeah, that's how Rock Lee. You're I don't know if you watch Naruto or whatever, but Rock Lee had this.
Yeah, I fuck with Naruto.
Yeah, Rock Lee when they're fighting the clones of themselves, the water clones and stuff. Yeah. They're like, the only way we can beat him is if we're better than we were before. Yeah. And I'm just like, nice. God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
I fuck with Naruto because it's it paints so many walks of lives. Like, I always think of like when, I don't know if you've seen that scene where it was
I've seen everything.
Yeah, Madara and Tobirama just growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just them throwing rocks on the waters and them being best of friends and all that. And then Madara just getting tight because his little brother got killed. I feel like that a lot of people can relate to because, you could see that as also like, well, with me personally, that's like gang violence and like where I'm from. It's like you could grow up with your next door neighbor and he could just be some different gang and then it goes downhill from there.
Yeah, crazy.
But I fuck with Naruto. My friend Tyler put me on. Shout out Tyler. Yeah, we were in business math one day and the teacher was like, "Yo, anyone wants to put something on YouTube?" And he was like, "Bet." So he put the Madara 6 pass, the video, yeah, and that shit just went crazy. After that day, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" He's like, "Bro, that's Naruto." And I remember watching Naruto when I was young, but I was too young to even like remember. And this was during the time where it was like the One Tails versus the Nine Tails. It was like way back.
Oh, this is when he's fighting Gaara.
This is where he was fighting Gaara. Like that's what I remember like growing up.
Yeah.
So then I was like, wait, so this is Naruto now? Yeah. So I missed all of that.
You gotta get back.
But then I did get back.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And then I binge watched throughout the summer. Throughout that summer, I actually binge watched like crazy, and I fucked with it heavy.
Yeah. It's nuts because. As an anime like Pokemon, like that's so surface level. Yeah. So what you understood, what you grasped as a kid, is pretty much what you grasp now. But with Naruto, some of those concepts, they need a higher mind, I guess. And a mind of an 8-year-old is not gonna be able to grasp these concepts like a mind of a 20-year-old is. And especially the pain arc is the one I feel like that's like the most. Yeah. Where that's a very tough concept, or his beliefs are a very tough concept to take in as a kid. But when you're older, you can maybe understand that. Same thing with Itachi. I think Itachi's values are very much.
Bro, like I cried when I seen Neji die, bro.
That was nuts.
Bro, I started crying.
I really think that they did him dirty. I think that he died a little bit too easy. Yeah. I think he should have died. Of all the people. They call them the Konoha 12 or something. It's Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. Then you got Neji's group of three, so Rock Lee, 10-10. Then you have Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. And then there's Kiba and Shoji and what was that his fucking name? And fucking Hinata. So of all those, I think Neji is the most logical one to kill off. Yeah. Because I think if you let's say you kill Kiba, nobody's gonna give a shit. Yeah. If you kill that is not his name. Choji? Choji, it wouldn't have the same impact. But no, the bug guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm getting his name wrong. It's not his name. But regardless, it had to be Neji because you had to pick someone who was skilled enough, people were connected to enough. And at least that way you still had a Hyuga around because you still had Hinata. You couldn't kill off Sasuke. Yeah. You can't kill off Naruto. You can't kill off Rock Lee, honestly. So that was the only one to go, but I would have liked to see him make an impact in the war and then he dies. Maybe Obito kills him or something. I think that's what should have happened. Yeah, but I've heard a lot of people got pissed. That's Jay Kwan's favorite character, isn't that?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I was on the FaceTime with him and he told me.
Yeah, no, I cried, bro. Cause that was deadass my favorite. But I feel like most of the characters, I feel like Madara too. Like Madara had his death was stupid.
His death was dumb.
Like, how do you make a character so OP and then just kill him off like that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously he had to die.
Yeah.
But they say that they were constrained. I have a whole theory. Fuck it. Maybe I'll say it now.
Yeah.
I think Itachi should have never died. I think, and do you watch Boruto?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen parts of it.
Do you understand, like, you know what's going on? Do you know Kawaki? The kid who's Boruto's gonna fight?
Kawaki's
the dude with, like, the mohawk. And like
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it all connects. So I think personally that Itachi should have never have died through Shippuden. I think that what should have happened is that, so let's start this up. Sasuke is fighting Itachi. Instead of Itachi dying of a dumbass illness, you have them both pass out at the same time. But Itachi catches Sasuke with the Sharingan to show him his. So instead of Toby telling Sasuke what he did, Itachi tells him through the Sharingan, just like he did when he was reanimated, just like that. And then they both pass out. Toby takes Sasuke, and Jiraiya, who is alive at this time, he died after Itachi did. He takes Itachi back to the village without anybody knowing. And then Naruto and Kakashi and all of them, they're all told why Itachi's back, what Itachi did in the first place, things like that. They tell him that. And they're like, okay, fine. Sasuke continues, and he goes and he fights Danzo just like he does. He kills off Danzo. He's still psychotic. But he thinks but Toby tells him that Itachi's dead.
Yeah.
But he's seen all of Itachi's memories, and his view of Itachi is just like it was when Itachi died in the first place. It's the same thing, except for he believes he's dead, but he's not. So he still wants to get revenge for Itachi. Like, he has more of a positive view of Itachi, and he wants to kind of fulfill his goals or whatever. So he goes and he gets the... Sharingan. I know he has Itachi's eyes. You switch it to Shishui's eyes instead. So Shishui's eyes are going to be the new eyes for Sasuke. Then you meet them up just like they did when Itachi was reanimated. The only thing that you lose is that the Itachi fight where he was with Nagato, him and Nagato reanimated against B and Naruto, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. You have just Nagato against those two. That's it. And I think that's fine because Nagato is just so fucking OP that he could probably take it.
Definitely.
Okay. So Itachi goes and he picks up about Kabuto, and that's his introduction into the war. So he's never like actually in the battlefield itself. He's going to fight Kabuto. So he goes on his way to fight Kabuto. Him and Sasuke cross paths, and then that's when all that shit goes down. And then you pick it up. So then you have Itachi alive during the war, and he's fighting alongside Sasuke and Kakashi, and I guess Obito at this point, and Naruto and Sakura. He's fighting with that group. He doesn't go into the fucking cocoons and shit. I don't even know why. I'm just escaping my mind what the hell that thing is called. So he doesn't go in that. He's under that Susanoo. Yeah. So he ends up fighting Madara. He ends up fighting Kaguya. He ends up living through the war as a part of the I guess allied shinobi forces. Yeah. This way you have another Uchiha. You can have another Uchiha kid. You can have a son Uchiha. So you have a boy and a girl Uchiha. Plus you can have Itachi as Sarada's mentor into Boruto. You know who Sarada is, right? So he can be her mentor, just like Jiraiya was to Naruto, whatever. And so you need to definitely have Sarada awaken her Mangekyo Sharingan, but the way to do that is that you have to have her emotionally affected. Unfortunately, right now, it seems that it's going to be very tough to write Sarada being able to open that up without maybe either a Sasuke or a Mitsuki or a Naruto dying or something very tragic happening to them. I don't know if it's going to be possible. I think if the shifting of dimensions, which we don't know, this hasn't even been written yet, this is not even spoilers, this is just speculation. If the dimension thing where Kawaki puts Naruto and Sasuke into that other dimension, that's fine, maybe that could do it, but I think what would be stronger is if you had Itachi still alive and Kawaki kills him. Then that awakens Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan, and then you keep it going, and then that way you have another Uchiha kid. You have Itachi, who's a fan favorite. You keep him around for a little bit. You can have him and Sasuke trade places in and out of the village when they're going around scouting out, or they can work together. Something like that. I think that they made a mistake, or at least they should have considered keeping him alive. I know it's a crazy-ass theory, but that's my theory for Itachi staying alive. I understand it was powerful, and it definitely helped Sasuke's progression. But I think Sasuke could have a progression where he ends up eclipsing Itachi in skill.
Yeah.
And then Itachi realizes that and acknowledging that. I think that's also very powerful. That could have been something else that shows Sasuke's strength. I don't think he needed to go out there and kill Itachi. Plus, if you look at Sasuke's bodies that this man has claimed, this dude has killed Orochimaru.
Yeah.
This guy has killed Danzo. This guy has killed some serious He's had people beat. He beat Naruto in part 1. He's had some insane wins, and nobody doubts his ability. I don't think he needed to beat Itachi. I think Itachi could have stayed alive and had been killed by Kawaki or something like that to push Kawaki as a villain instead of teleporting Naruto. I mean, what the fuck is that really going to do?
I feel like they killed Itachi too soon.
Yeah. Because he was killed pretty early on in Shippuden when you think about it. Like 130, I think, was the episode he was killed in.
Yeah.
Or like around there, 120, 130s. So anyways. So enough about Naruto. I want to get to these Brentwood stories that you were talking about. So this drunk guy with a phone.
Yeah, I mean, so I was telling homie, he's like,
what was this guy like before? Like, did you know him before?
I mean, I work at a phone shop, so these are basically just customers. But I just deal with so much, you know. It's like it's not even part of the job description. Mm-hmm. But it just happens, and I got to deal with it. I had a customer who he decided to come in, bought a phone, and then he just didn't want to leave. He decided he was just going to lay down on the floor. And I asked him, I was like, everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to sleep here. I was like, I was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm going to sleep right here. I was like, bro, you can't sleep here. Like, this is a phone shop. Like, I appreciate you shopping here, but you can't stay here. Mm-hmm. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna sleep here. He was convinced. Yeah, like he was convinced that was his home. So he didn't want to move, and then it was just a matter of really talking to him in a way where he felt more human. Because I didn't force anything upon him. I was just like, listen, man, like, I know you're probably going through a rough time, and I get that's probably why you've been drinking lately. But you don't got to do this, bro. Mm-hmm. You could just go lay down outside, but not in here. And surprisingly, he got up. And he's like, okay. He dapped me up, and then went to go sleep right outside.
Wow.
Yeah, he took up a parking spot, but it was all good.
Oh my! So he was just sleeping right. So someone could have ran over him.
Yeah, like but no one's gonna run him over.
God damn.
Yeah, no one's that stupid to run him over.
Damn.
Yeah, but shit like that, it's random shit that happens all the time when you got to deal with customers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially in Brentwood.
Yeah. I was in Hempstead Chuck E. Cheese for a while. I was working with Sucio.
Oh, there was a lot of ratchetness going down.
I don't even want to speak. I will speak on it one time. You have me on your podcast. I'll tell you some stories about that shit. That shit was insane. Or if you want to know one of the better stories, definitely the audience, check out episode number 1 of the Spinner podcast. Definitely check out and start at the 40-minute mark. I talk about my first day at Hempstead Chuck E. Cheese, what I saw going into the shift, what happened in the shift, and then I talk about one of my coworkers at the time and what he ended up doing. And my guest is also, it's a photographer that's one of my best friends. Was also working with me there. It's insane. All the people I met, though, at that Chuck E. Cheese. I met Sushi at that Chuck E. Cheese. I met, like, the photographers. We had, like, a lot of creative people that were there. What's up?
Did you meet Quan there?
Yes. Yep, met Quan. I met Quan. I heard somebody was working there for like 4 days but ended up quitting.
Oh,
I won't mention that person's name. I don't know if he wants to be associated with Chuck E. Cheese, but I heard that.
Nah, Eddie's pulled that off once too.
Yeah.
Nah, Eddie
worked there?
Nah, Eddie almost worked at my job. Nah, but the way he went upon it was just so crazy. So Eddy, he basically, he got into the job the first day. He didn't even last the first day. Like, he was there for like 15 minutes. And then, he said that something around the lines how my manager, she started bugging out. And then he's like, she basically asked him to do like a module on the computer. Yeah. Like some training. And he was like, bet, let me just go get my headphones in my car. And then, my boss, she starts realizing like after 20 minutes, he's not back. So then she calls her son and she's like, did you contact the guy that was just here? And she's like, no. So then, after a while, they start realizing that he said he was going to his car to get some headphones. Oh, and then they realized that Eddy P don't have a car.
He doesn't have a car?
No, he don't.
He still doesn't have a car?
No.
He doesn't drive?
No, Eddy doesn't. Yeah, I mean, whenever the homies is around,
that's why
he's yeah, no, I mean, that's not the reason why he's tight.
But he works though, right?
He's always working, but that's not the reason why he be getting rides. It's more of like with the homies, it's like whenever we're going somewhere, we always bring everyone,
Right. Yeah.
So he always slides with us or slides with whoever's going somewhere. But the moral of the story was that he wasn't fucking with the job, lasted 15 minutes, and then had to finesse his way out. Never went back there again.
How did he get out? He didn't have a car. Did somebody pick him up? Or
yeah, someone picked him up.
Oh my God, what a baller.
Yeah, so after 15 minutes, he was gone.
Damn.
And then, my boss, she was just flabbergasted. It was like,
what a fucking legend.
That's when they realized, like, on his job, like, resume or whatever they had asked him, that he specifically said he didn't have a car, so he couldn't drive around because we had different locations. So, he specifically said just for the Freeport location. So then that's after a while they put 2 and 2 together and they realized this man don't got a car.
Damn. Which phone company is this?
It's Boost.
Boost? Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
It's nothing crazy,
Yeah. It's better than Metro PCS at least.
I don't know, man. I don't jack shit.
Yeah.
I just,
You just go in there and make your money. Yeah, I don't really rep my jobs like that. I'm like, oh, they come in and it's like, oh, Chili's is so great. It's such a great store. I'm like, whatever. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. I don't like being in the mall. So, please. So anyways, okay, so tell me about this Elmont Party. We have like 2 stories and we'll wrap this shit up. So this Elmont Party you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was like 15, 16. We got invited to an Elmont Party and then it was lit. Like, this was before, I was doing the videography. I wish I would have filmed the night. But we were just chilling. And then I guess the cops had pulled up. So then they're trying to clear everyone out. And then you got some guy at the front. He's like, yo, everyone get the fuck out. Like, whoever's not leaving, I'm dead ass snuffing your shit. So then we're like, oh, this man is serious. As we're walking out, he repeats it again. He's like, all right, whoever the fuck is not moving, you're getting clapped. On God, right? So then some girl's like, well, you ain't about to tell me what the fuck I'm about to do. So then, bro, he knocked her lights out.
This is an officer or is this like as a guy?
Nah, this is the guy that was like hosting the party. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And his mom came out with the water hose just spraying everyone. Yeah, making sure it was a night that it was.
That's nuts.
Yeah, bro.
You see, so my father's from Turkey. Middle Eastern culture here. So the way that they take out protesters is they take these extremely powerful water hoses.
I've seen them.
And they just spray these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They spray them, and you can't hold your feet.
Yeah,
you cannot.
I've seen them.
Will slip, or you will get blown the fuck back.
I love those videos.
Yes, it's insane. That's how this government, which is a pretty fucked up government actually, but probably somewhat similar to your government. It's just maybe money difference. I mean, obviously Turkey still economically is good.
Yeah.
But my God, they fuck these guys up. Did they protest about the littlest thing? you know, they don't got no freedom of speech. Like, well, they do have some, but if you criticize the president or the prime minister, you're fucked. They just take these water cans and they just fuck everybody up. They do that with the tear gas too. They'll tear gas you. Yeah, but so I can only imagine what this woman was like. This probably 50-year-old woman coming outside just spraying motherfuckers out.
It was a crazy night.
Yeah. So what about waking up in an attic? This will be our last story here.
All right. So basically, I've woken up in the attic twice. Once it was with my homie, like it was his crib. You know, it was cool vibes. I woke up, but it was slight, you know, nothing crazy. But the second time it was, I don't know whose crib that was. I was just so off it, bro. And keep in mind, like, this was like when I was still 15, 16. It's like all the lit nights that I had were when I was young, like 15, 16. Like that's when I was like really going out to parties and doing crazy shit. So then, you know, I got really fucked up. I woke up in an attic, and then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Where the fuck am I? I start calling everyone. I'm like, yo, where the fuck am I? They're like, bro, we had to put you in an attic because you started bugging out.
Really?
I was like, yeah.
You don't remember any of this
I
shit?
don't remember it. And they were saying something about how like I started fighting my friend or something over some bullshit. But I go downstairs, right? And as I'm walking downstairs, I look to the right of me. There's this wall, bro, and there's like 3 holes just punched in, bro.
Did you do that?
I did not do that. Yeah,
okay,
nah.
Okay.
I asked if it was me, but like my friend confirmed it was not me.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
But yeah, nah, I don't be reckless like that.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but
God damn. I've had a few holes in my wall. Especially my sophomore year. We had this one kid, good friend of mine. We went to the bar. He just got absolutely trashed for his birthday or something. And he got back, and every dorm room is provided with like an office chair. It's like this wooden chair. This man's literally picked it up, put it over his head, and just threw it into a fucking wall. Wow. And he put this hole in it that way. And then there was another one who thought that he could skateboard, but he can't skateboard, and he was drunk as shit. The skateboard just went right into the wall and with this big ass hole at the bottom of it. So we had probably I think 4 or 5 holes. This is when I was living with one of the guys. I didn't live with him last year, but the year before. But he's living with me this year. I was living with him. This is like the crazy fucking shit that happened. It's gonna be nuts. Come September, if you come through, my God, there's gonna be some, because I'm just stupid, and this guy's just stupid too. So
I think those are the good friends to have around.
Oh yeah, and I'm hoping tonight we're about to actually head out to a get together. Yes, is that what we call it?
That's a fact.
Yes, I've never been to a get together with all these people before. I'm very excited to see what happens. I see the clips on Instagram, and it seems like a lot of fun. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there, and maybe I'll have a story for you all. Yeah. Shout out your meme page real quick.
Yes. At El Sucio's memes.
What's behind the meme page?
Oh, what you mean by that?
Will you just take what you find funny, or is it
it's hard, bro. I actually do like research on whatever's popping. It's like it's not like
it has a New York vibe to it.
For the most part, I feel like sometimes I have to, just because my followers are from New York. But you know, looking into memes and finding the right one, it takes time out the day.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like the playlist videos I make, where you have to find the right songs that go together. You can't have too much of one thing.
Exactly, because once you, like, if I just put any meme that I find funny, it's like I'd be over 10K posts by now. It's like I gotta find something that's relatable, something that people can really laugh to. Because it's like nowadays, bro, it's like when you go on IG, there's some people out there that really just go and then look at other people's profile pics and their posts and everything, and they just get sad. You know, and so I try to make some content that, you know, I don't make it, I post it. Sometimes I make some memes, you know, like if I find like something that's relatable in my head, and it's like, yo, that could be a meme. Yeah, I'll post it. But for the most part, I'm just reposting it, and it's like, you know, it's starting to go up now because it's been a minute, but it's like a lot of people, they really just look into it because they've had a long day, or they get sad of just looking other people, and they find comfort in just laughing. Yeah,
for sure. Since I've been up here 3 years, but mainly like outside of moving around a little bit more the last 2 years. It definitely has like a very vibe of like Nassau County, Brooklyn, like Queens vibe. My favorite of yours is the fight between that naked Asian dude and that one is insane.
Nah, that one was crazy.
That one I remember sharing around. I'm like, this is like, I could see this happening like in Chinatown or some shit. Like,
no, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that actually, like yourself, you know, that reshare it, that send it to your friends, because it's like, you know, you don't even know if your friend is having a bad day, and then that just meant, you know, a lot to them. And it means a lot to me because it's like, you know, you take the time out of your day to share what I posted and people actually look into it. So it means a lot.
Yeah. It's dope as fuck. I fuck with it. So I'm going to have all of his links to his 3 pages down below, and the information about his little party, music listening session, whatever it is in Brooklyn. I'll have that in the description as well. Just text me that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Follow me on Instagram at SKBENITG. If you want a podcast, just give me a holler. I'll look into it. I'm not going to say I'm going to take it because the list is getting a little bit longer than it was before, and there's some more kind of content creators, whether that be music artists or someone like him that creates videography or something like that. So I just do have some more priority, I guess, clients than I had before. But definitely hit me up. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the people viewing this podcast. Sharing this podcast means the world to me when I see somebody share my podcast, and definitely I'm stoked, and then whoever the guest is also stoked.
I appreciate you for having me, bro. It means a lot, and I'm sorry I was late. You know, the only time Salvadorians are early is to the airport. You know, But other than that, we're always late.
There we go.
Yes,
hey man, I didn't know about that, but I'm usually late too.
Yeah.
We're gonna be literally late to the get together.
Yeah,
the get together's in 5 minutes.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Now
we usually do get togethers late though, so it's like we just put down the time, and then it usually starts after an hour.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, but we're about to slide over there.
Yeah, we're gonna slide over there.
I appreciate you for having me, bro. It means a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Of course. Yep. All right. Yo, catch you guys later. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to Spinner Media, and catch y'all later. Bye-bye.